As gamers, every time we're watching a movie that has the potential to be turned into a video game, we are secretly hoping that someday a company will take it upon themselves to create the perfect playable version of that motion picture that enthralled us so much. As luck has it, some of the most famous films have already been turned into gaming titles, and in what follows, we're going to take a look at 10 of the best movie tie-in games. Disney's Aladdin is an all-time favourite for a lot of gamers, the nostalgic feel of this title bringing back a lot of fond memories. This movie tie-in game was played by generation after generation, its charming gameplay and mesmerising storyline perfectly carrying the precious legacy of its parent animated film forward. Aladdin is certainly one of the very first games we got into as young gamers, and we're glad that it still remains as valuable now as it was when first released. Yet another Disney classic that made our hearts melt, The Lion King was adapted into a fairly good video game with an easy to follow plotline but highly challenging levels that could make you groan in frustration from time to time. Even though it was initially targeted at 6-year-olds, this video game ended up being refreshingly stimulating and more than appropriate for older audiences too, making it an oldie but a goldie. The Warriors game is Rockstar's brilliant way of paying tribute to the eponymous 1979 movie that inspired this gaming title, many details of the motion picture being hinted at or even fully represented in this playable adaptation in such a convincing way that you almost couldn't tell these two media products apart. In fact, this tie-in is so tight that even the poster of the game is virtually identical to the one of the movie, The Warriors being a great gaming title. Inspired by 2004's Chronicles of Riddick film, Escape from Butcher Bay is so full of action that you'll feel like you're playing a blockbuster movie. With a substantial script and characters who are acting with purpose, this gaming title puts players into Vin Diesel's shoes, and this feels extra juicy. The sole fault of this ultra-explosive gaming title is that it was a bit too short, and thus some fans feel like the fun ended way too early. The Ghostbusters is one of those iconic films that everybody has seen at least once in their lifetime, so when the tie-in video game was released, all the fans rooted for it to be at least half as good as its motion picture counterpart. Even though the game has been through development hell and back, the final result was so good that Dan Aykroyd referred to it as essentially the third movie. This is actually not far from the truth. The PlayStation 2 and Xbox versions of SpiderMan 2 have totally reigned over the kiddified PC version, and this is why we will be talking exclusively about these two versions. Receiving voice acting from the original movie actors Tobey Maguire, Kirsten Dunst and Alfred Molina, this video game adaptation made the players feel like the real Spidey, the web-slinging mechanics being so well designed and implemented that they made the entire gameplay experience feel authentic. Goldeneye 007 has been dubbed the greatest tie-in ever made, and this affirmation could not be more spot on. The undeniable value of this video game being unanimously accepted both by critics and by gamers alike. Besides the fact that it managed to be so faithful to the original motion picture, this gaming title is also one of the greatest multiplayer shooters ever created, even Pierce Brosnan himself playing it on TV with Jimmy Fallon live. The Lord of the Rings, The Battle for Middle-earth has been the best movie tie-in to have ever seen the light of day, and when you think that 10 years after its initial release the parent company decided to definitively shut down their online servers, a part of us went away with them. There is no other game that has been able to encompass such greatness and make Tolkien's fans feel so immersed into the vast and varied environment of the beloved Lord of the Rings world. When playing the video game adaptation of the universally acclaimed Blade Runner movie, you're in fact getting the unique chance to have a very visceral and in-depth taste of the cyberpunk universe that made this motion picture so famous and appreciated. Marketed as the first real-time 3D adventure game, Blade Runner's visual design is so solid that it holds up even today, making for an amazing gaming title even after so many years have passed since it was released. Dune 2 is known as the absolute mother and father of real-time strategy games, acting as the perfect archetype that inspired many other following titles such as Command & Conquer, StarCraft and Warcraft. Based purely on Stephen Lynch's 1984 movie Dune, this RTS title shines in all of its glory, and it has been praised by many gaming publications and critics alike, its impact on the industry being forever appreciated by everyone. This was our list featuring 10 of the most prominent movie tie-ins. Make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons because of course it helps us immensely, and why not leave a comment below whilst you're at it. You can also check out GameBite.com for even more from the world of gaming, but until next time, thanks for watching and have a great day.